Thanks for joining us. Today we will talk about how we can unleash the power of reading to help your children succeed. Reading to your child is one of the best tools you can use to prepare your child for kindergarten. Reading to children builds their language, develops their imagination, and promotes parent-child interactions. A strategy called duet reading is effective when reading books to children. During duet reading, parents ask questions to their children to allow back and forth conversation about the book. Duet reading has several benefits. These include helping children stay focused, allowing for back and forth conversation, and helping children learn new words. The adult's role during duet reading includes listening to the child, asking questions, and responding to what the child says. This allows the adult to follow the child's lead. Here is an example of what duet reading looks like. Notice how the parents engage their children by asking them questions about the book.
Goodbye, little mouse. And away Owl flew. Why do you think the owl was afraid? But why? Why was he afraid? I don't know. Well, let's see. He was talking about this horrible, terrible Gruffalo whose favorite food is owl ice cream. Why was Owl afraid? He might be afraid that the Gruffalo was going to eat him.
When reading books to your children, it is okay to repeat a story several times. Children enjoy repetition. Use an animated voice to keep the child engaged. Ask lots of questions and talk about things you learned from the story. Selecting good books for reading is also important. Pick books that are appropriate for your child's age, with colorful pictures and interesting stories. Find great books at your local library. We've talked about duet reading and how to select good books. Now let's talk about specific strategies we can use to help our children learn from books. The peer approach is a way to make the most of the questions you ask during duet reading. P is for prompt. E is for evaluation, E is for expansion, and R for repetition. We'll talk more about these next. You can prompt your child to talk about the book by asking questions that start with words like what, where, when, why, and tell me about. For example, you can say, "Tell me what you see on the front of the book." E stands for evaluation. This means that you give your child specific feedback about their response. If your child answers correctly, say something like, "Yes, you are right. Monkeys climb on trees." If your children are incorrect, don't simply say no. Give them more information. You can say, "Good try, but monkeys don't live in the desert. They live in the jungle." The second E in peer stands for expansion. That means you can add more information to your child's response. For example, if your child says, "I see dog," expand upon their sentence by saying, "Yes, I see the big dog." The last piece of peer is repetition. If your child provides an incorrect answer at first, give them more information or tell them the answer, and then ask the question again. Over time, repetition will allow your children to gain new information independently. Let's review. What does peer stand for? Great. P is for prompt, E is for evaluation, the second E is for expansion, and R is for repetition. Let's practice using peer with a popular children's book. If you give a mouse a cookie. Here we see how we can use the peer approach on only one page in a book. You can use this approach on as many pages of the book as you like. Remember, children learn when you speak back and forth with them. Your child's teacher is encouraging all parents to use duet reading at home. Stay connected. Tell your child's teacher how duet reading is working for you. You can use duet reading to help your children gain the skills they need to become successful in school. Read books to your child throughout the week using the peer approach. Together, we can unleash the power of reading.